down, pull it up. Ready, go. 10, 9, 8, 7, power, 6, 5, power, 4, power, 3, 2, one more. Good, lift the head, roll under the bed.
That's that lawnmower, that's that. Start that.
DAZN just released footage from Gervonta, Tank Davis's first day back in training camp, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Davis not only looked and carried himself differently, but there were also some fresh faces and noticeable changes in how his training is being run. It's only day one, but here's a closer look at how Tank is preparing for his rematch with Lamont Roach.
That it's hard to get up and do road work at 5 a.m. when you're sleeping in silk pajamas. In other words, when you're hungry, when you're chasing something, the grind comes naturally.
Good.
But once you're comfortable, that fire can fade. Unless it was never about comfort in the first place.
Ever since I've known him.
Interestingly, the same Gervonta Davis who once surprised everyone by announcing his retirement and saying he'd lost his love for boxing now looks full of energy and passion. It's as if he's gone through a reset and come back as the focused, fierce fighter fans remember. A big part of that shift may be thanks to a psychological coach who's now part of his camp, helping to mentally prepare him for the upcoming rematch.
God damn.
Another key figure back in Gervonta Davis's corner is longtime trainer Calvin Ford, who has rejoined the team ahead of the rematch. The new training footage doesn't just show Davis putting in work, it shows a fighter with more passion, intensity, and hunger than what we saw in his first fight against Lamont Roach.
10, 9, 8, 7, power, 6, 5, power, 4, power, 3, 2, one more. Good, lift the head, roll under the bed.
That lawnmower, that's that. Start that.
This isn't just another fight or title defense, it's the return of Gervonta, Tank Davis, he said at the start of the video. There have been major changes to his routine. Tank now starts his day with an early morning jog and ends it with another run in the evening. In between, his schedule includes hours of focused training and a carefully balanced diet to make sure his body gets the right nutrition.
For a very, very big moment. What is your normal day-to-day like at this time of a camp?
I'm also a night person, but I might go to sleep probably around like 3 to 4, probably wake up probably like 11, get my run in, and then eat, probably lay back down, and then wake up probably like 6 or 7, get my night workout in.
Damn, so you're doing 2-a-days at this point.
When it comes to his physical condition, Tank is now more focused than ever on building muscle to boost his strength and punching power. In his last fight, the WBA lightweight champion was caught off guard when he realized his usual power wasn't enough against Lamont Roach. This time, he's determined to change that. Tank knows that to beat Roach convincingly, he has to improve in every area, and that's exactly what he's working on.
Freeze mode, let's go.
I know I can beat him, I've done it before. It's not about him, it's about me. I just need to be better in every way, Tank said. That mindset is driving his training, which has been completely revamped to push him further. One major change is in his sparring. He's now going 15 rounds with each sparring partner, and each round lasts 5 minutes, well beyond standard fight conditions, all to build stamina and sharpen his edge.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Take deep breath when you want. Take deep breath. Right. Take deep breath.
The goal behind all this is to boost Tank Davis's endurance and overall athletic ability. He's now putting extra focus on his footwork to make sure his movement is smooth and controlled, especially important against Lamont Roach, who likes to stay close and carefully choose his shots. Davis has also been dedicating time to shadow boxing, working on the mitts, and hitting the heavy bag to sharpen his speed, timing, and accuracy.
You put your balance go right.
Interestingly, the most noticeable, and possibly most important, change in Tank's training is the return of his head trainer, Calvin Ford. His presence could be the key difference that helps Tank perform at his absolute best.
Ill will isn't enough. Thus, the heightened intensity in camp.
Turn it up. Turn it up. Oh, good rim. Good rim. I like the way y'all jump right back in it.
For the first time, Calvin Ford wasn't in Gervonta, Tank Davis's corner when he faced Lamont Roach, and it's hard to ignore the fact that Davis ended up losing that fight. Still, Davis quickly reassured fans that everything was fine. "Calvin's back in the gym with me now," Davis said. "He just needed some time. Coach Barry's here too, so the whole team is back together, and we're all focused on the same goal." Although Davis expected Ford to be there on March 1st, the longtime coach had personal reasons for stepping away from that particular match.
Going into the training camp, how was it? Or you said you stepped back a little bit. Well, how was it? Splitting the time. How's it going to be splitting the time to
No, this is
Saturday
something
night?
that we do all the time. You know what I'm saying? Right now, y'all know all I gotta do is speak. They take out history. Since I was a kid. When I stepped in the gym, B said, "Yo, I'm glad you're here now." He watched him. He said, "Boom." And I see the light you take. I just can't wait to.
For a long time, fans were used to seeing the familiar duo of Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis in Gervonta, Tank Davis's corner. It was a bond that reminded people of classic fighter coach pairings, like Mike Tyson with Cus D'Amato, or more recently, Canelo Alvarez with Eddie Reynoso and Manny Pacquiao with Freddie Roach. That trio, Davis, Ford, and Ellis, really struck a chord with fans. So when Barry Hunter showed up in Davis's corner instead, it caught people off guard. It just didn't feel the same. Naturally, fans started wondering what led to the change. In an interview with Fight Hub TV, Calvin Ford gave a bit of insight into the situation. Meanwhile, Davis was headlining his second pay-per-view under PBC's new partnership with Amazon Prime Video. The event at Barclays Center also featured a strong undercard, including 2 big light welterweight title fights.
All of that stuff together, fight night.
How's going back to being in the corner? How do you see Gervonta right now? Just being in camp, because at first when we talked to him in the press conference, he was very open about retiring and he was done. And now he said that
y'all have to understand. He's a young man. He have a family.
Like many others, Calvin Ford was looking forward to a good fight. He was eager to see how Davis's training would show up in the ring. Since Tank is from Baltimore and Lamont Roach is from DC, Ford remembered how often the two used to spar in the gym. He had a lot of respect for Roach's dedication and thought this was a great chance for him. Ford also addressed the rumors head-on. "We're not changing anything," he said. He simply took a step back for this fight, but the overall training setup stayed the same. The interviewer made it clear, too, there's no split or falling out between Ford and Gervonta Davis.
Want to do something, enjoy something. Don't take some time. I took a little bit of time off. You know what I'm saying? It refreshes you, get you back on that. So tonight, he had.
Some people just wanted to know if the brief time apart made the bond between Ford and Davis stronger, kind of like when family members spend time away from each other and come back with a deeper appreciation. No, Ford said. He came to see me because he was genuinely worried. He knows I spend a lot of time with my amateur fighters, that's my piece. You both know that's always been part of who I am. Even though Ford wasn't training Tank directly during that time, just knowing where Davis was and that he was still putting in the work gave him peace of mind. Being apart helped them both realize how much they valued their connection. And when Ford came back to the gym, he could tell Tank had missed him, just as much as he'd missed Tank.
You know what I'm saying? I stepped in and I seen how he missed me and how I missed him. You know what I'm saying? I just can't wait to see that performance. I was telling Boogie, I said, damn, Boogie, you got me, Boogie. You know, so we can't wait to see Kenny here, all is here.